Okay, so the game we have here was played on Game Ranger. We're just gonna completely ignore the fight that's to the left. It was my ports against Sir Robbo's ports. This was when Sir Robbo was new to Andes. He's mainly an Rush 16 vanilla player. Yeah, anyway, and so yeah, this was the port mirror was very one-sided. He pretty much got wrecked. So there's not much to talk about there. The reason I opened this wreck was because of the fight in the cliffs. It's another Brit versus German. It's one of my favorite matchups, and I remember this fight being very close. After beating Sorabo, I let these guys fight, and it seemed like a pretty decent game. I actually remember Zombie saying, "What the fuck? Why is Brit so far back?" Because usually Brit should be shoving their army into the faces of German because their army is so much stronger, but looking at the wreck, you can see all these units frantically running to the fight. Like, Sid was not ready at 4, and Sid did not have his army out in time. So that's why he had to stay back. That's actually a very big disadvantage. Brits have to push in the first few minutes, or they should. Because they have a window in the first few minutes where they can get a decent score lead and a decent positional advantage before Germany gets both nats up and starts getting rolling. So that's pretty bad that Sid's army was not ready at 40. Alright. So scores. Meh. Sid traded, so his score is actually really low. It should be like 2600 at least. How the hell did he not get the training card out? He should have been able to get the trading card out. He didn't even send Cherokee. I don't get it. He must have been late with the TP. He must have like just barely. Oh no, he actually didn't upgrade it at all. That's why he doesn't have as many shipments as he should. That's why the TP didn't give him as much, because the TP didn't give him as much additional XP, because it was moving much slower. So Zombie did. So this is a choke. So this is a good army that Zombie made. Except a little lacking on the anti-cav. That's really risky, but. And playing with 79 vills, despite the choke, is still very risky because it's German against Brit, and Brit can push like a truck. Although obviously Sid could not push as hard as he would have if he had a ready army at 40. Alright, let's watch this. Zombie is not gonna push up because he's German. He has a weaker start army. He's just gonna sit there. Forgot to talk about Zombie's boom. Yeah, it's pretty solid. Zombie always booms solidly. Maybe he had low hunts or something, because it's not as high as it usually is in 2B. He did not pull those heavy cannons back. He lost a heavy cannon for free there. Don't really like that. This Cove Micro is kind of atrocious as well. Well, I shouldn't say atrocious, just could be better. Like, they walked up and then they didn't even attack. There were a few seconds where they weren't attacking. And Sid, it looks like Sid's gonna come out on top in the cold fight. Zombie does not have as many bills as he should on this side, although this side is very heavily FB'd, which is good. So what? Good, but he probably should have had a few bills from this side on this side. So. Where's his rockets? Did he not do rockets? That's another thing. Rockets can be instrumental in training, but and again, he just lost all his heavy cannons for free. Dops are a good unit to spam if you have to hold, like, because he wants to relieve the pressure on his FB, so. Because it's getting mortared pretty hard right now, but You need to be careful because Dops can drain you faster than like any other unit. Why did I scroll over there? Yeah. I would queue like 2 war wagons for the right side, PS3 on from the left, and that's also where all his Dops are. And it's a choke, so a choke means you should be queuing horse like immediately. Like in this matchup, if you're German or if you're Brit, like, especially as Brit, because obviously must lose to Scum. Too many war wagons. 15 war wagons, yeah. It's way too many, especially for the choke. And this is weird Scum positioning. What? Yeah. They should be like in the center with war wagons like behind them. He should not have his skirms on one side and his war wagons on the other side. These natives are idle. Yeah. He's trying to build up here, which he can do because I'm pushed up, which is good. He's towering, which is good. You see Sid towering as well. He has scrims on this side and this side, so it's not as bad, but you can see they're still very susceptible to Hustlings, like. And Sid should also have 3 of 5. Oh, he can't really because of this wall, but. And all the natives are on this side as well. But still, like 5 Hus on this side, I think would be good to hit the scrims. Yeah, that's why it's better to have your scrims in one spot and like all spread out like this against Spirit, because otherwise you lose out the Husser. And still no horse art. Okay, zombie made horse art. That's good. It's a bit late, but yeah. And Sid needs mortars too, which he is making. He made like 4 mortars, but considering how aggressively zombie is trying to FB, I'd say that's a good decision. Is Sid cowing? That's another important thing to look at. No. It's important to always be cowing and requeuing cows and sheep even after 40. And Sid is doing that, and he could be doing a better job at it. I still see a ton of idle sheep and like almost 0 sheep on the pen, but at least he's doing it, which is good. Needs more horse art. Sid still hasn't made any horse artillery. It gets a choke, so you really want to be making horse artillery. Like I said before. Choke, less hustlinks, horse art. It's bad to push Musk forward like that, because he doesn't have any, like, horse artillery to back it up. I don't know. Maybe it's good. No, he just lost all those Musk for free. He should have like an artillery advantage or something if he's playing that aggressively. Like the only time I would be that aggressive with Musk, like shoving them into skirms and towers, is if I had like 6 or more rockets to support it. Yeah. So you see Zombie is doing a good job at queuing artillery. Like, not as good as he could be, but better than Sid. This has 3 cores, even though it's not even halfway loaded. I guess that's nitpicking. But what you want to do is queue 1 core, and then once it's like 3/4 of the way, queue the rest. Sid keeps pulling back his Huminkas. He wouldn't have to keep pulling back his Huminkas if he would just make horse artillery. Then you can afford to be like spamming aggressively. And it's made up for with because horse artillery will make it cost effective by pounding your opponent's guns. Huminka is going in for a Going in to hit the gnats, I guess, is what he wanted to do. Yeah. Zombie's making a decent amount of war wagons now. He shouldn't make any more, but 6 is a good amount. Yeah, you want to stay on top of your shipments as Germany. It's hard because sometimes you'll want to ship it, but you'll be at 200/200, so you'll be like, fuck it. But what you should do at that point is just wait for your pop to drop below and then click it. Because you'll probably forget otherwise. At least that's what happens to me. These war wagons should be drag clicked over here, because these husks are owning his corpse. Yeah. Sid still hasn't made any horse artillery, and I think that's really hurting him. If he had been making horse artillery, I think he would be in a much better position eco-wise. And I'm gonna check the pens again real fast. That's a very important part. And his cow pen is looking really good. His sheep pen is also looking really good, to be honest, because it's hard to balance out cowing with micro. And this is the power of Brit Muscus coming into play, but yeah, it's also draining him very hard. Like, Zombie lost half his FB, but he can just, but it's a choke, so, and that severely weakens the pushing power of Muscus, and it increases the draining potential, which is why I've been saying this entire game, Sid should just go for Horse. He should relax on the Hussar and just go horse artillery. Yeah, and he still has 2 axes here, which is huge. He can like flank his artillery with DOPS, which actually works. Zombies using this flank here, because why not? Sid is being very aggressive with his mortars, which is what you want to do with the Muscus composition. He's doing a very good job at being really aggressive with his mortars, actually. Oh yeah, Zombie dropped Vills at some point. He was 79 when the game started, and now he's 64. This is what he needed to do, because Sid was actually pushing. Yeah, he lost a coal for free though. Yeah, you want to like put them in fire mode while they're out of range, and then like scoot them forward and hit your opponent's coals that way. Of course, this takes a lot of practice to do correctly. So, and sometimes you might just and if you're under a lot of pressure, and Zombie is, or it was, like, you might just want to do the lazy way and just right click your opponent's colbs, and yeah, that's fine, but you still need to be watching them because of the shitty UI. Sid just got baited by Zombie's Horsa. It lost 2 coals for 1 Horsa, which is not a worthwhile trade. And this is a funny core position. Zombie's moving back, trying to bait, but then he just moves him forward. I think he was still moving forward even while he was in range of Sid's colbs, which is why Sid was able to kill that 1 colb so easily, and why, even though Sid was moving his colbs back, Zombie was able to shoot it. And still no horse artillery from Sid. God damn it, Sid. You're investing way too much into muskets. Oh, and he should be using every shipment on rockets, because in this position you can easily field 8, maybe even 10 rockets and protect them from Ulan flanks. So every shipment should be used on rockets right now. Zombie is doing a good job at diligently sending heavy cannons right now. He only has 1 shipment in queue. Let's check Sid's pens again. Yeah, Sid has been, every time I've looked at Sid's pens, he has bills on cows, which is really good. This one should be moved back. Yeah, you should like almost always be watching your artillery if possible. Unless you're like macroing vills or something. Maybe Zombie was macroing vills or FBing or busy with something, because he lost that heavy cannon for free and he also just dropped to like 158 pop. Yeah, Zombie has 2 TPs, which is good. He has them both on resources. Does Sid have his TP on resources? No, he does not. Zombie is continuing to split on this side. What Sid should do in response after he cleans up the split is do a counter split. Like, it's not ideal to just like continue reacting to your opponent's split pushes and then move all that pop back to the main fight. Instead, he should use that pop to tear down Zombie's walls, and then Zombie will soon have to react to that. That said, Sid is getting a very nice push going in the main fight. He's also equalized the score deficit somewhat. Because we saw Zombies dropping pop a lot. And losing calls to Hussers. Damn, Sid is in a really good position right now. He should take care of these 2 Vaxes, like gate this and like send like 10 Humika there. Take care of the flank. Yeah. Spamming these units forward is fine in this position because Zombie doesn't have much pop out. Oh, I know. It's because all of Zombie's natives are up here and they're just idle. He should like siege the embassies. Embassies are like a priority target because you can only build 3 of them, and natives are a very good unit for both pushing and holding off pushes. So the embassies are priority. So what would I do in this position? I would like spam dops. I would like make 10 dops and Q colbs from. And they like Q colbs ASAP, because I want to get on top of these colbs so I can kill his morts and his rockets. And spam dops so that the Huss pressure doesn't do as much, isn't doing as much damage. And the dop spam will drain you, but Zombie has 2 TPs and he just completely lost his score lead. Wow. But he had a nice score lead, so I think he could have afforded to just spam dops, and he finally noticed his idle natives and is working on it. This stable should immediately spawn 5 war wagons. He needs a stable on this side, which he has. He should have war wagons on this side as well. And Zombie is making dops, which is good. And since he finally noticed these natives, and now Sid has to react to them. Is that embassy gonna go down with Bolas? How much siege do Bolas have? Shit, where is it? Where's the siege damage? Sorry, I'm noob. Noob about stats. 21 siege damage. Alright. Yeah, that's funny. Anyway. And yeah, this is why I said Sid should have sent to 10 Humincas to take care of this, because now zombies stop flanking his FB using those barracks. And because zombie was under so much pressure, he forgot to send heavy cannons. Happens. Sometimes you'll be under so much pressure and you should try to avoid it, but sometimes it just like almost can't be avoided, because if I'm under a lot of pressure, I'll be like trying to stay at 200 at all times, and you forget things. I forget things. I'd like zombie to build a stable like right there. Can you fit it? Not really. If he gets the stable up, then he can like keep flanking rockets and colbs, which is good to keep the British rocket mass down. Should be doing some sort of Ulan flanking against British, because their art mass, once they get like 6 rockets, can be scary, insane. What should Sid be doing? He's like... He has 5 shipments idle, and it's not good. Yeah, he should be always sending rockets. Like, it's still a choke, basically. Maybe he overcommitted to the push. He should have just backed off when he sent all that pop to stop zombies native split, and he only has 1 embassy. He should rebuild those ASAP. If you lose embassies, you rebuild them ASAP, because you can only have 3. And 3 is like just enough. Like 2 is like just under enough, and 1 is like not enough at all. And Sid's cowing is still looking really good, but now he should like put these factories are on food. He should put a few more bills on mills. Oh wow, he already has like all his bills on mills. Where are all his bills? Holy fuck! Like only 67 gathering and 90 bills. I guess he was transitioning more bills to mills, like right as I was saying he should. It's funny. Let's go back to zombie. Fuck. Alright. that was disappointing. Okay, I'll just tell you how it ends. Zombie won by like 100 points.